Hi, I'm Avery Davidson.
And I'm Kristen Oakes White. Thank you for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week.
Well, the effort to eradicate feral hogs in Louisiana gained a little steam this week, Kristen.
Experts estimate that there are at least 400,000 hogs causing damage across the state.
But with an act of the Louisiana legislature, hunters may be able to thin those numbers year-round.
Feral hogs in Louisiana get a break from hunters like Brandon McCartney from September 1st through the end of January. That's because Louisiana law limits when landowners can kill the hogs that do tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage to their land, and in the case of farmers, to their crops. That's why the Louisiana House Natural Resources Committee is considering several bills that would open up hunting of hogs at night. The first the committee considers is House Bill 306, authored by Katrina Jackson of Monroe. Jackson's bill would make it so that hunters do not need a license to hunt outlaw quadrupeds, including feral hogs.
They are very close to becoming an urban problem. If we don't do something, they'll be on the Capitol grounds.
It was 4th Judicial District Attorney Jerry Jones who suggested Jackson author HB 306.
Hunting licenses expire June 30th of each year. The typical people that hunt renew that license either on September for Labor Day weekend or in October. And so during the growing season for these agricultural crops, the law as it presently exists requires that a hunting license must be in your possession prior to killing a feral hog. These creatures are destroying agricultural land. These creatures are destroying woodland. These creatures eat the same food that deer eat, squirrel eat, and turkeys eat, and anything else in the woods that is considered wildlife eat. So they destroy the food source. They destroy seedlings, pied seedlings. It's extremely hard for a tree farmer to farm.
Department of Wildlife and Fisheries Secretary Robert Barham pointed out to the committee that his agency depends upon money from hunting licenses to operate because the Department of Wildlife and Fisheries does not get money from the State General Fund.
I will work with her to establish a new lifetime license for hogs. I agree with everything my friend said. They are a horrific plague in Louisiana, and he's right. Second only to Texas, we have the second worst hog problem in the country. 600,000 of them out there at least, and you have to kill about 70% of them to remain static. Well, that's 400,000 plus hogs you got to kill a year just to keep the population from growing. We're not doing it. So all the tools in the arsenal, I'm for, and he's exactly right.
With the new lifetime license amendment, the committee passes the bill favorably to the House floor. Up next is House Bill 167 by Richie Burford of Stonewall.
These feral hogs will eat you and kill you and maim you, and they spread diseases also.
Burford's bill would allow for night hunting of feral hogs year-round with the landowner's permission and after the hunter notifies the local sheriff. Representative John Gwynn of Jennings appears to think it would take more firepower.
Who has the authority to declare an emergency in this situation? Do you know?
I don't know, Mr. Gwynn.
I think it's the governor, but I guess, before you could say, let's call the National Guard out and let them do the job, if they're that bad.
I like that idea, but I'd like to take this opportunity also to emphasize this. This bill is less about, although the word hunting is in it, this bill is less about hunting than it is about allowing property owners to protect their property.
Despite posing the idea to call in the National Guard, Representative Gwynn votes against sending Burford's bill to the full House.
It's 12 yeas and 6 nays. The motion passes.
However, it still gets out favorably, much to the delight of Red River Parish farmer Brandon McCartney.
This makes the third time that's cleared committee, And in the previous times, it has, when it cleared the House committee, it has easily passed the House floor. So we're optimistic there. Senator Gerald Long in the Senate side this year is voicing support for it to pass it out of his committee. So we're optimistic.
Paul Fry is the executive director of the Louisiana Landowners Association. While he and McCartney agree on many issues concerning feral hogs, this bill is not one of them.
As much as feral hogs are a problem in this state, we also have a problem with poaching and trespassing. And a lot of my members own coastal properties where it's very difficult to identify property boundaries, especially at night. The boundaries are marked, but if somebody wants to poach or trespass, they're going to ignore those lines and they're going to come onto that property. If in fact there's some type of injury from a safety perspective, they're quick to sue regardless of whether they had permission or not. So we've got a liability issue, we've got a safety issue. That's our primary concerns with the bill.
The House Committee on Natural Resources and Environment did kill one bill that would have put a bounty on feral hogs, mostly because the state does not have the money to fund the bounty. On the Senate side, the Health and Welfare Committee considered a bill to allow the sale of raw milk. The committee chose to defer action on that bill, essentially killing it this session.